Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm gonna be talking about my first meet. And if you've done meets before and you're pretty experienced with that, like way more than me because I've only done one, this might bore you a little bit. I'm gonna talk more to the people that have never competed. So if you've never competed, here's a checklist of what you need. You need some tidy whities. I don't know if they have to be white, but they have to be underwear, not boxers, like actual underwear, tidy whitey. I'm not sure if they actually have to be white or black, some because I saw some people going in with black ones when we were weighing in. So I don't know if it has to be white. Sometimes it actually has to be white depending on the federation or the meet director. I would say just get the tidy whitey ones you used to wear when you were a kid, not boxers, tidy whiteys. But when I weighed in, they told me I could weigh in with boxers. So I just be safe, and I was wearing my tidy whiteys. I say just be safe. You never know. There's been like on powerlifting forums, people who got in trouble for weighing in with boxers and not having tidy whities and having black underwear like briefs. So I would say actual tidy whities, white. Just wear them in on your weigh-ins the day of. If it's a USPA, it's the day before. I competed on a Sunday because I was with the heavier people. I competed at 90 kilos, which is 198, and then I weighed in December 7th on Saturday, and then Sunday obviously we compete. But USAPL they compete and weigh in the same day. It's 2 hours. The weigh-in's 2 hours before. I don't know how that works. It's a whole nother thing. So as I said, things you'll need. Tidy whities, I mentioned that first. Here's the actual pair I wore. Just kidding. It's not the actual pair I wore. But the reason I have it, and I have like an extra, the thing looks huge, but it actually fits me perfect. I have a bunch, because I ordered, I think it was, let me see, 9? Yeah, I got 9 from Walmart, like the day before the weigh-in. So the meet was in Oxnard. My sister lives in Oxnard, so I slept over her house on Friday to be there for the weigh-ins on Saturday. It was like 5 minutes away from her, so I didn't need to get a hotel room or anything. And Walmart had 9 for 15. They didn't have any single pairs, like nothing, not even not white. It was all just that or nothing. So pretty much these were my meet underwears, 9 of them. I got technically 8 left, but I used 1, so I have 9 total. But 8 left that haven't been washed. You'll need tidy whities, like I said. You're gonna need this one, or like Tron says, this one. You need singlets. That's something you need for sure. There it is, singlet. This is mine. It's Asics, the wrestling one. Saving money. Didn't really have money. Asics. Pretty much the rules on singlets, they can't go too far past your. There's got to be like some space between your knee sleeves, and if you're wearing knee sleeves, and then your singlet from the top. I don't know. I just roll them up because these are pretty long. The singlet for Asics because they're wrestling ones, so they're not like powerlifting ones where they're already short. So I just roll them up so they don't say anything. It can't like look like pants compared to your knee sleeves. There's USPA specifically. I don't really know about USAPL. Check other videos for that. I know people who compete in USAPL, but I don't. I will one day, but not right now. Another thing you'll need are shoes. These are my Asics shoes. I was pretty much an Asics athlete that day. Wrestling shoes. I never really wrestled ever. I used to do MMA, but I use these shoes always for everything. I use them for squat, bench, deadlift that day, and I use them for that when I train. So those are 3 things you absolutely need. Singlet, tidy whities, wear them to the weigh-ins if you're just not sure. You could also just wear your boxers in the weigh-in and then have a pair, like show them show them the tidy whities, because when you're in line, they check everything when you're weighing in USPA the day before, and then you weigh in just socks and underwears. So be ready for someone to be staring at you with socks and underwear. It's kind of like you're at the doctor's office. So those are things you need. 3 things you absolutely need. Shoes, whatever kind. They don't really care what kind. I think you'd even wear boots. And tidy whities, singlet. And you don't need wrist wraps, but if you're going to use wrist wraps, make sure to go on USPA.com, like go to their website. I think it's USPA.net. I kind of forgot. Just Google it and check what's approved and what's not. Because there's been stories of people who didn't have any wrist wraps, so they went to Walmart or Target and just got any like no brand wrist wraps. And then it weren't approved because they have no brand, so they didn't let them use that. So they had to go raw, no belt, no wrist wraps, no knee sleeves. So these are the ones I use. The Tough. I think they're 16-inch wrist wraps. They're just the hook around ones, loop around ones like this. You don't have to like go around your thumb or anything. But Tough or certified, approved, whatever. You could go on the if you have SBD, you're good. If you have anything from Super Training, Mark Bell, you're good. That's what most people have. That one American one, I forgot what it's called. I forgot, but most are good. Just check. Most people have SBD and Super Training anyway. Tough or good, depending on the size though. I don't think you go too big on the sizes. Make sure you check which knee sleeves are approved, because these are the gangster sleeves from Super Training. So I mentioned Super Training. Not everything from them is approved from Mark Bell. Oh man, let me show. For those who don't know, maybe you have these and you don't know that they're not you don't know that they're not approved. So these are the gangsters. If you have these gangsters, these are 9mm. You can't use 9mm sleeves, I think, in USAPL or USPA. Yeah, see, gangsters. These are 9mm. They're very thick. You cannot use those. Cannot use those. Cannot use those. Cannot use those. Just in case anyone says I said you could use them, you can't. So these are the Mark Bell, the ones I use. They're 7mm. You do not need to use knee sleeves or a belt or any kind of elbow support, but I used Mark Bell Super Training, the extreme sleeves. They're not like the grippy ones. They're the newest ones. Like, it came out 2019. The newest ones right before my meet. The Extreme. I think they're Extreme Grippy. It's not the Grippy because Grippy is now just USPA approved. It's the one that's IPF approved. That's the one I have. I kind of forgot right now. And for elbow support, there's a lot of go on the site. It'll tell you whatever, everything that's approved, everything. Pretty much anything that's approved. Elbow support, I'm not sure. I think compression cups are usually fine. Super Training, Mark Bell, you're fine with this. I just have one because like I usually to this day I still have problems on my left side, left elbow, and now left shoulder, and now like my triceps been like hurting. I don't know what's wrong with that, but back then I just had elbow problems. So I use this. You can only use it for squats and deadlifts. You cannot use it for bench. I think it's pointless to use it on deadlifts, but for squats I used it. The main reason I use it on squats, I never use that on squat, and I think that's pointless. But some people do use elbow sleeves on squats, but that's a compression cup. But with that being said, I used it on squats because I know squat comes first and then bench. So I used it the entire squat, didn't take it off like right before I started, and after all 3 attempts, I had it ready for bench, nice and warm, and if my elbow felt perfect by the time I was warming up, and then by the time I stepped on the platform. So now that we've talked about everything that you need and things that you could bring, but you don't have to, what's approved and what's not, now we're going to talk about how it is when you're actually there. When you're actually competing, you know, you're just waiting. How it was for me, we're waiting. It was I think it was supposed to start at 9. It started at 10:30. I don't know what happened there. It was really late. Like, it was an hour and a half delay. I don't know what happened with that. But I was there at 8:30. I think I was there at 8. I got there early. Like, it was like the door was locked. But there was people in there. Someone had to open the door for me. You wait, and then someone comes. They give you a wristband because you say you're competing, and they give you a wristband, and then you go and just wait, warm up. Use that time to warm up because you may be on flight A. And they give out the flights. I was flight B. So I was kind of right away. So I was warming up in the beginning doing my dynamic stretches, not really like static because I'm not a fan of it, but I was doing dynamic stretches with the bands, leg swings, all that stuff, you know, knee holds, the PE stuff you see, but like pretty much you've seen on my videos, they bring out the flights. I was flight B, number 1. So now that I know pretty much, like, I'm going to be kind of in the beginning, the way it works is there's like 10 to 15 people on the flight. It kind of depends. There's no guaranteed number of people. It depends how many people join the meet, but it's kind of like baseball. If anyone's ever played baseball, if you're first, you squat first. You choose your opening weight, whatever. Whether you have a coach or not, you choose the weight. It's going to be in kilos, but they have a conversion chart for pounds. I say just do your homework before and know that whatever the kilos are, multiply it by 2.205, and that's the number of pounds. So you don't always have to, what's this in kilos? What's this in kilos? Like, it's so easy. Just multiply by 2.205 or divide the pounds by 2.205. You do your opener. There's a judge in front of you, a judge on the sides, 3 judges total. Pretty much you wait for the judge, you get ready, and this specific meet, you were able to get the rack off, get the bar off the rack, and then put it back on to reset the timer, which is a minute. But I didn't see any timer there. Like, there was literally no timer, but you get a minute. So once you do it, you get set, whatever. We had a monolith, but we still had to walk it out. It's kind of weird. And then the guy in front, the judge, he tells you, squat with his hand, and then you come up. There's no command to come up. You just come up on your own. Some people think you got to pause, but you don't. And then once you come up, once your legs are straight, your knees are locked on when you unrack the bar, and when you finish the squat, he's going to say squat, and then that's when he says rack once you're done. And you got to follow the commands. If you don't follow them, I think it's 3 red lights. So you do it, and then you get 3 white lights like me, 27 white lights like me, did perfect on my meet, and then you wait. That's your first attempt. Now you wait for all the 15 people to go, 14 because you're 15, and then you wait for the 14 others to go, and then you go again. So that pretty much was a total, I mean, it's not like you're in control of it. That's the cool thing about competition. You rest pretty much as long as it takes everyone. If they're failing like crazy, then it's going to be a little bit of rest for you. But if they're doing pretty perfect and they're grinding it and they're still getting you know, if they're actually getting the lifts and it's taking long, then you'll get a little longer rest. But it's about 7 minutes for me, from what I remember. It's about 5 to 7 minutes. I wasn't resting too long, but you're so in the moment, you can't really think about what time. You don't want to look at the time. I don't want to look at the time. I don't want to look at anyone. I was just in the back waiting for my name to be called, or when I was waiting to be called on deck. So you pretty much called on deck just like baseball, in the hole, like baseball. When you're two away, then when you're next, you're on deck, and then they call you again, and then you wait for all the 14 to go again, and then they call you whenever you're on the hole, and then on deck. And then after that, you rest like an hour and a half. You could go eat. Some people like to go eat. I brought lunch. What I brought was, I brought a cup of rice. I think I brought, no, yeah, cup of rice. 2 bags of gummy bears, just the Haribo, whatever it's called, the dollar ones from Winco. I had the rice for the carbs. It's a carb day, so you don't want to bring protein. You want to bring rice. You don't want to bring anything that takes you know it's long to digest. Just fast digesting things like gummy bears, rice. I brought white rice. I had oatmeal in the morning with yogurt, and that was a lot of carbs right there. I mean, a little bit of protein there, guys. I always have oatmeal with yogurt, so the yogurt was a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. And then just to give it some flavor, and then I bought a Pedialyte. And that one, I think it was, oh man, I forgot. But it's for the sodium. Some people drink salt. They bring actual salt. Like Brendan Tietz was there. He actually brought salt. And if you watch his YouTube video of that meat, you see me in it running in slow motion. But he's like drinking it and he just downs it with water. I drink salt too, but I don't do it like him. Like he's experienced with that. You shouldn't do that on your first day. Just down salt like Brendan Tietz because you saw him do it and you heard him do it. Don't do anything you're not used to doing. So if you haven't drank a new pre-workout, don't drink that new pre-workout. Drink the pre-workout you've been drinking. Or just don't drink pre-workout at all if your stomach's not used to it. If you haven't drinking in the past month, you're most likely gonna have some problems with your stomach, like I always do with pre-workout. So don't eat or drink anything you're not used to. I brought 3 bananas, the Pedialyte for the sodium. I brought a Monster Hydro because that really gives me energy because it has caffeine in it and has a lot of electrolytes. And then I got 2 Gatorades. I think that's all I had for the carbs. And then I had 2 Reigns. Yeah, 2 Reigns. Drank one in the beginning before the squats. And then I felt like kind of cold already by the time the deadlifts came because that's like 3 hours like waiting total. So I had another bang before the deadlifts, but that messed my stomach. Or rain. That messed my stomach up. I got super bloated. You'll see a picture of it with my shirt off. I take a picture with the gym. We all have our shirts on. I have it off, but the picture before I had it on and they had it off. So with that being said, after the squats are done, you take your time, you rest, you eat. It's an hour and 30 minutes about. And then you're going to go again with the bench. Same pattern I mentioned for the squat. Same exact thing, but with the bench, you have someone spot you. It could be anyone. It could be someone in the crowd. It could be your coach. If you don't have a coach, some people went alone. I felt bad for people who didn't have anyone. Like some had like no one watching them, no family, nothing, no coach, no teammates. Some had just family and no coach or teammates. But like, if you don't have anyone, just ask a random person. It could be someone lifting or someone who went the flight before you. Just ask someone. Everyone's real supportive on the powerlifting meet. Like my first meet, I noticed no one was like, everyone was supportive. It's like, if you're warming up, don't be shy. It's like, hey, can I warm up? I'm going to come up soon. Like, don't wait for the last minute either. But if you're going to warm up, just say, hey, can I jump in with you guys? And that's it. They said yes to me. They never gave me problems. I had a lot of people from my gym too, my coach. But just in general, when I wasn't with them, they were busy. My coach was busy watching all the other people compete. We were all different flights. I asked everyone. They were cool. When I was warming up for bench, it was just me and this one guy. He was strong as shit. He was competing in 181. And this guy was opener was 320. And I saw him benching 225, and he was just doing it like nothing for like 3 or 1, I forgot. And then he went to like 275. I was like, what's your opener? He's like 320. I'm like, god damn, I can't imagine what his third attempt was. And I think that guy was breaking records. I don't even remember his name, but he was actually in my flight, and I didn't even remember. But I did see him on the deadlift, so he was going like a little before me. So with that being said, when the bench happens, someone lifts off for you. You get set, you have a minute. Same thing, same rule for this specific meet. You can unrack the bar and put it back down right away. Don't waste too much energy, just up and down, because you're getting a lift off anyway. If you have a lift off, you don't have to get a lift. Some people don't. Those people are crazy. Think if you have someone to give you a lift off, you have that advantage. You might as well use it. Before, I thought lift offs were like weak. I thought that was like cheating. I thought arcing your back was cheating. I thought using your legs. It's all different now. You want to use your legs. You want to arc your back. If you want, you can do a wide grip on bench, but I don't do too wide because it hurts my left shoulder. That was hurting during prep, so I stopped doing that. I do about shoulder width. I like middle. I have like a ring finger on the ring, but this was a Texas Power Bar, and the gym I go to only had the Ohio Power Bar, so the knurling was way different. It felt different. The ring was way off, so I kind of just figured it out. You know, I've been doing that grip for like 11 years, so I know how to just place my hands. So you have someone, you have three judges, one behind you, two on the sides of you. Same thing. It's always gonna be like that on every lift. When that happens, you know, whoever lifts it off for you, if you lift it up for yourself, you wait for the commands. The bench is the most commands you're gonna get. The most. Goes bench, squat, then deadlift on amount of commands you get. Bench, you get 3. So you take it off, you wait for the homeboy behind you. Listen, you cannot see. You're just looking up. You wait for him to say, start. He says start. You descend. Eccentrically, you wait for him as soon as the bar touches your chest, as soon as it remains motionless. He's not gonna make you stop for like 10 seconds. The most I've seen is like not even like 3. That's tops, but they don't really do that. At the one I was at, they were pretty lenient. There was one where my second attempt, before it touched my chest, he even told me to press. I can't believe I forgot. I was gonna say raise. I don't know. So as soon as before it touched my chest, he told me to press. So it goes start. As soon as it touches your chest and remains motionless, doesn't bounce, it can't bounce, that won't count. Has to stay motionless. He'll say press. You press up. Your butt has to stay on the bench. Cannot come off. If it comes off, 3 red lights. I didn't get any, so my butt stayed on the bench. It's cool if you get someone to get. My coach put chalk on my butt. That was funny. He said it was the gayest thing he ever done, and he put chalk on my back so you could stay on the bench. And he did it also for squat, just for the bar to really stick on it. Not on my butt for squat, just for bench. So it's smart to have some chalk on your butt and your back. And then keep really, when you're training and doing prep, always those 3 months or less, make sure your butt is on the bench. If you can't do it without your butt on the bench, it's too heavy. Just don't do it. So once you bring it up, he says rack. You have to hold it though. You can't just, okay, start, press, ooh, oh, nope, 3 red lights. You have to pay attention to the commands. So start, press, rack. Listen to him. And it depends. If the bar comes down, if it's uneven, you're going to get a red light from whatever side it was uneven on. Or maybe they'll let it go, but they usually always give a red light for that. Maybe you'll get 2. If you get 2 red lights on any lifts, you're a gunner. Like, you're not a gunner. You didn't bomb out, but it doesn't count. You have to get 1 red light or no red lights. 2 or more, doesn't count. Not a good lift. Even if it looked good, which sucks. So, after that, you wait for everyone, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you wait to be called on the hole. If you're in the hole on deck, you wait for that 3 times, just like baseball. If you ever play baseball, you know just what it's like. It's just way faster. That's the only difference. Because you don't have to play defense. You just offense. And it's pretty fast. It's faster than an at-bat. After that, you wait like an hour and a half. Warm up for deadlifts. Don't be shy. Just warm up with whoever. It doesn't matter. Just warm up. Just say like, I'm next. That's it. Don't even ask. Or just start deadlifting. You don't even have to ask. They can't tell you, hey, what are you doing, man? Who cares? Like, we're here. Like, we're not at the gym. I'm going to go on the platform. I'm not being late for your dumbass. If they give you problems. No one gave me problems. They shouldn't be like that. They're all supportive. Everyone's actually really nice. They're like, oh, is it okay? Can I work in, please? If not, I'll go with that guy. Don't do that. Just go in. Ask. And be like, okay, who's last? I'm after you. Bam. No questions. Don't ask. You don't need to ask questions. Just, who's last? I'm after you. That's it. They're going to say okay. They're not going to say no. And if they do, find another platform to deadlift on. I think there's only 1 there. No, there's 2. Yeah, but who cares? Just butt in there. If you have a partner you're with, even better. You both butt in. It's better with 2. So after you're done warming up, don't go too crazy on all the lifts. If your opener's like on deadlift, mine was 402.5. Don't like your last warm up beats 402.5. That's like all your energy. Don't like put your opener on, like, don't make that your last warm up unless you're like warming up way before. I say that's foolish. I think my last was 375. I think. So that's the percentage. I don't know what I'm not thinking of the percentage. It's about 27 pounds. Percent. It's pretty low. So I felt warm. I felt like I was like more than warm. I take long to warm up. So if someone, like, most guys do 1 plate, you know how it goes. 1 rep, 1 plate, or 5 reps. 2 plates, 1 rep. 3 plates, 1 rep. 4 plates, 1 rep. However strong they are. I don't do that. I warm up a little different because on the meet day I wanted to do the way I warm up. 1 plate, 185. 2 plates, 275. 3 plates, and then like 365, and then no, I think I just went to 375 or something like that. 355, 375. Once you're done with all that, you take pictures with your family, with your coaches, with your teammates. Then they're gonna announce every weight class and who placed. There's 3 places. I didn't think I was gonna place, and the only reason I'm proud of this 2nd place medal right here is because I didn't think I was gonna place. But I think there was only 3 people in my weight class because The guy who got third, like, I didn't even know he was in my weight class. I thought he was lighter because he was so skinny and tall. So he looked way skinnier than me. I looked fat. And then the guy in first place, he was warming up with me on deadlift. I didn't even know he was in my weight class either because he was pretty skinny too. So, like, I was assuming everyone's going to be, like, 195 pounds like me because I weighed in, like, I think I weighed in at 88.95 kilos. That's about 195, 196. So I was assuming I was going to be around 195 to 198. That's what I thought. But these guys had to be 190 or less. So if you're pretty much 182 or more, 182 to 198, you're 198 weight class. So I just didn't really know who was who. Most were 220, most. So I didn't want to do 220. I weighed 201 the night before. I did not want to do that because I would not be proud. I want a Wilk score, some kind of Wilk score. So I placed second. The only reason I'm really proud of this is because I maxed out August 30th, which was 3 months before. Well, 4 months before. It's actually 3 because it was August 30th. So yeah, like right before I started prepping, right before I got my coach Ian Harvey's program. Go follow his Instagram. I'm going to put it right here somewhere on the screen. Fitness Underground Officials, the gym. Once they open, go join that gym, get his coaching. But before that, I had my program. I had like band stuff. And mine, I'm not going to get into it, but I maxed out from April, like late April, April 29th to August. That's about 3 months because I started it like mid-May. Once I did that, I had a 415 max, which was horrible in late April, but I only did a 2-month program before that. My bench was 245. I tried 255. I didn't even get it. It was a horrible day. I bombed out of my own max out day. Deadlifts, oh, I already said that. Squat, I did 335. And before that, it was 315. Was it 315? I don't remember. Yeah, it was 315 before that. And I only went up 20 pounds. Or I think it was 325. So I went up 10 pounds. So it wasn't good. So then that 3 months, I went from 335 squat to a 365 squat. And it was easy. But I was using wraps, knee wraps. But still, I could have done 385. And I know that. I just kept it easy because what's the point? Wasn't competing. I know I was going to compete in December. Bench went from 245 to 251. Horrible. Only 6 pounds. And I didn't pause it. I'll show all that. My deadlift went from 415 to 455 pretty much. 454.5. Yeah, 455, yeah. So that one went up 40 pounds. So it was a big jump. So what I'm saying this is because my totals for the meet were 457 deadlift. Bench was 248, so it was a little down. Nothing new. It was 3 pounds over 245, 3 under 251. But they're all comp PRs because they were new. So what I mean by that is 457, I was really slow off the ground. I've always been slow off the ground with deadlifts. I take really long to get the bar off the ground. Even my coach was saying it. So the day of, 402 opener, bam, came up fast. 435 came up fast. 457 came up fast. It was all easy. I could have done 457 for 3 more. For 3, not 3 more. 3 total, so it was easy. So I probably could have done like 475. That's what everyone said. But I know I could have done 3 reps because it was easy. 369 squat, I could have done 3 reps. Because I had done 365 before and 455 before on deadlifts. It was only 2 more pounds on deadlift and 5 more pounds on squat. So that's why it was really easy and I could have done 2 more. And bench was 248. That one I wanted to do 259, but it's actually a good idea not to. Everyone said I probably could have got it for a grinder, but I could have done 2 with 248. So that bench has always been weakness for me. I always sucked at bench. People who are like, I'm stronger on legs, like deadlift and squats, they'll be way stronger than me on bench, which is sad. Or I'll be the same on deadlift and squat, and they'll be the same on bench. I've just always been weak on bench. So I placed, and I know I could have done more. So I did the math. I wouldn't have beat the first place guy if I actually did my actual numbers, because he did a 430 squat, and then he did a 269 bench, I think, and then he did deadlift 490. Or no, 480. No, 470. Yeah, 470. But he missed 500 because his hook grip blew out. So he would have beat me no matter what. Because I wouldn't have got 500 on deadlift. And I wouldn't have got squat. Not 430, way too much. And then bench 269. No, I would have been off by 10 if I got 259. So my first attempt went good. I'm going to show my Instagram videos first. And then the videos that my mom and sister recorded. Might be the bad quality with the Instagram one because it's really, I took out the black bar, so it might be pixelated. I just want every angle to be seen from the front and the side. I saw my niece staring at me and she got her face all red and nervous and she was like this because she didn't want me to mess up. She thought I was going to fall. So I got a little distracted. My weight was a little forward, you can't tell, but it didn't feel that good, but it would have been easy if that didn't happen. So here's the first one.
Good.
That was the first attempt. Squat was 325, and then 353. Here it is.
Let's go, Mark. Yeah.
2 pounds for 25-year-old Mark Cervantes. Nicholas Anderson is second. Jason 2 is in the hole. Platform ready.
Come on! Go, friend!
One.
Lifting is good. Nice work. 187.
369. Here it is.
Yeah. Hold it.
And the top is that extra low.
Let's go, friend! Come on, Marky!
One.
Yeah, Marky!
And the top is that extra low. Nice work, Mark. 3.
Is the easiest attempt was my third attempt. All my third attempts were my easiest, except for the bench. My easiest was probably the second attempt.
Nicholas will be out second. And he is third.
Sorry. Here's an Android. I don't know.
He's the lifter. Nicholas Anderson is second. Raphael will be third. So we just want to make sure that the uprights, that is the safety racks are at the correct position, so let us clarify. So Mark, do you want them dropped out of there, like all the way down? Okay, so our mistake here, we're gonna fix it, he wants them all the way out, or all the way down, I think. No. Okay, Larry? No, I don't care what you want, no. All right, what do we do? Okay. All right, there we go. What number would that be? 7. Thank you. We'll make the notice of that. Let's get behind Mark, everybody. Come on.
Come on, friend! Let's go, friend!
Nicholas will be up second. Danny is third.
Start.
Go, friend, go! Up! Good job,
This is
friend!
good. Nice job of 3 white line lift. I read the program wrong. Nicholas is our lifter now. Raphael second. Ben will be third. So loading 105.
And on the first attempt on bench, I was warming up. So my first attempt is 226. I was warming up with the bar. You do your rack heights on bench and squat the day before when you weigh in. So my squat height was good. I hit it a few times when I walked out, but whatever. I hit it on my right side. But the bench was good when I was doing the bar. They have the arms and then the height you're going to unrack it. Most people have the same height. It was at 0 for me. And then the arms, I had it at 9. It was fine with the bar. The day of, I was warming up just with 135, and then it was hitting the spotter arms. So I was like, oh no, I gotta tell these guys. I was asking my coach, I'm like, can they bring them down? Because I'm hitting, I can't have it hit with heavy weight. I'm not gonna get it. He's like, yeah, they could bring it all the way down. He said he had it happen before. He's been to a lot of meets. Then we did it. I asked him if I could bring it down. You'll see what happens here. So what's happening is they're saying it can't be all the way down. The meet director got mad at me. He was saying I can't do whatever I want. It's for our safety to have them there. So they asked if I wanted it 2 down. And it went 2 down. It was on 7 instead of 9. And then as soon as I got 3 right, he still gave me a white light. So that's all I care about. He told me I can't do that because it's for my safety. The spotters cannot be fast enough if it falls on me. And it'll hurt my sternum. And I said, oh, that's because my coach told me to. And he said, I don't give a flying fuck what he says. That's what he said. This guy's very straight up owner of KO Gym in Oxnard. He's very military style, very I don't know about mean, he's just very straight up. And then I said, I think that's how the conversation went. Second attempt, it's pretty easy, 235 from what I remember.
Come on, friend. Watch it.
Start.
Go, Fred, go. Go, go, go.
Which is good for Mark. Good Mark.
Here's the third attempt, 248.
Platform's ready.
Platform is ready. Mark is our lifter.
Let's go, Fred.
Start.
Go, Fred, go, 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 Fred, go, go, go.
Lift is good. 3 white.
My arms shake a little, as you can see, but it was pretty hard. It was harder than it looked. It looked easy, but it was really hard, actually. Now, on for the deadlifts. After I ate between the squat and the bench and the deadlift, first was 402, lightning off the floor, easy.
Go, Mark. Yeah.
Platform is ready. Let's go, Mark.
You got this, yeah! Oh my gosh, it's 3 red. Come on, friend. Come on, come on, come on! Good job. Yeah!
I actually threw it down. The rule is you can't let go of the bar. I never let go of the bar. If you look at it in slow motion, really pause it with the space bar, or watch it in 0.25 and pause it, or whatever you want to do, I never let go of it, but it bounces. So I throw it down hard, and I let go as soon as it touches the floor, and then it bounces, so it looks like I'm letting it go. Second attempt, I actually don't. It's 436.
And all the friendly people who came up from Rialto, California to support
Go, Marky!
officially on the tape at 194.9 pounds, going 435 pounds.
Let's go, friend. Come on! Go! Yeah!
Good 3 white.
And that one is fine. I bring it down. All white lights.
Looking forward to shattering some records with the USPA.
Let's go, Mark. Yeah.
This is good. All right, Mark. Mark's 25 years old from Rialto,
Go! Come on,
California.
you got this! You got
Great
this,
day,
Mikey!
wonderful report card. This will be his final test. Looking forward to shattering some records with the USPA.
You got this!
on,
You
Mark.
got this! You got this! Go, go,
This is good.
go! Just hear you in the background.
Looking forward to shattering some records with the USPA. Come on,
Let's go,
Mark.
friend! You got it! Come on! Go, 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 go! Woo!
And then my third attempt, 457, the reason I slammed it, I didn't let it go, it just bounced, is because I was so pumped that I got that way and it was fast off the floor. My coach was telling me both attempts I was fast off the floor, and I was always slow with lighter weight than that. So he was telling me it's the fastest I've ever seen you. And he's like, it's going to be a sandbag day, it's easy. So I was like pumped up already, and I knew for a fact it was going to be a sandbag. So if you watch on the third attempt, I walk back. The guy's touching me, one of the spotter guys or whatever. And then the left judge, my right judge, the one on my right tells me I can't slam the weight. He gave me, he's like, I white lighted you, but you can't slam the weight like that. You have to bring it controlled. At a bigger, like meet, like states, it would be a red light. But I got 3 white lights still. And that's why the guy who says, the announcer guy is like, and the lift is good. Because he took too long to put his light. And he put his white light, but it just took too long. So I got perfect day, 2nd place. That's pretty much how my meet went. Make sure you carb up. Don't drink anything new, like a new pre-workout or a new anything, new salt, a lot of salt. Just if you've been doing it, do it. Bring carbs that you're used to eating. No granola bar that's going to make you take a shit. Some guy gave me a pancake. 1 pancake. He had 12 from McDonald's with syrup. I had 1. He gave me 3. I had to take a shit, and that's why I was bloated with the rain and the pancake with the syrup. Pancakes always get me bloated. If pancakes get you bloated and people give you one, don't eat it. My niece, I gave her the other 2. That's how it went. Thanks for watching as always. Like, comment, subscribe, and click the little bell for notifications. And stay tuned for more content.